It is time for Inside the NBA, presented by Hyundai from Studio J in Atlanta, also known as the TNT Arena, where the Detroit Pistons, well, they didn't do it here, but on TNT, the Detroit Pistons beat the Golden State Warriors 107-102 in the nightcap of our doubleheader, used a 22-4 run in the third quarter to take the lead, and then used another run, 20-11, late in the game to win it by 5. Interesting stretch here for the Pistons now. At the Lakers Friday, at Phoenix Sunday, home against the Cavaliers on Wednesday, at Boston next Thursday, right cheer on TNT. Going to tell you a lot about this team, you think?
Well, they're going to be there in the end. I mean, it's still. I mean, I look at the East as three ways: Cleveland, Boston, and Detroit. I think them the only three teams got a chance of winning the East. I told you, I still think Boston and Cleveland are the two best teams in the East, but the Pistons are going to be in third place by default.
I'm going to leave this up to you. Mm-hmm. You can talk about the game, or we can look at the highlights right now.
Let's look at the highlights.
Great call. We have those right here. Allen Iverson, 1-2 as a Piston, going up against Andres Biedrins and the Golden State Warriors. Guys, double-double every game so far this season, and right off the bat.
Biedrins is a pretty good player. I think, a lot of things that they do, he gets on default because he is the only big man out there. And, a lot of times he's around that basket. But that was a nice dunk by Azubuike. Golden State just plays that up-tempo game. Your stats are, to me, inflated playing with these guys.
Sheed's block gets him going. Jason Maxiell with a finish. Golden State up 2 after 1.
See, another thing, Ernie, if you play with Golden State and you play 8 minutes, you can get 7 shots. This is like the only team in the world that you could do that to. Because if you miss those shots, you could have really padded your stats.
That was a big miss, too. They could have gone up 13. Then Detroit turns around, goes on that 22-4 run. Iverson with the lay-in there, and then Aaron Aflalo gave him some good minutes off the bench. And one.
Get out of here, little fella.
73-71 to count. Iverson had 23 through 3, did not score, was 0 for 6 in the fourth quarter. Detroit up 7 as they go to the fourth. Watch this tip in. Sheed into the wrong bucket.
Well, see, he really didn't have a great game, Beatrice, because he got that basket out. I'm going to leave him alone.
That's a Golden State 18-5 run right here, but then Aflalo again.
Why don't they kiss these guys? Knock the hell out of somebody. Don't give up three-point plays.
And
Are you kidding me?
Who was the guy who came to Detroit's rescue down the stretch? Rasheed Wallace from long range. There's one, and there is another. And the Detroit Pistons, with some key second-half runs, run their record to 4-1 on the road, and overall they are 6-2 with a 107-102 win over Golden State. Another double WC for Biedrins, 17 points, 19 rebounds. He has the NBA season high with 22 boards, but Iverson 23, Hamilton 24, and Rasheed Wallace with those big threes, 19 points, 11 rebounds, and 3 blocks.
They need Antonio McDyess back.
And it may very well happen, in 30 days.
Because what he has that size to their lineup, because they're tall enough, Amir Johnson and guys like that, but they don't have that brute strength underneath that can battle when they play in the Eastern Conference. And they're going to need a guy like that who could pop out, knock shots in. He knows the system. To me, that's the best place to re-sign.
They shoot 45% for the game. Golden State shoots 41%, and the Pistons win at 107-102. We've talked this one out. When we come back, John Thompson sits down with Allen Iverson and Rasheed Wallace, find out what drives those guys at this stage in their careers.
I feel like I have the opportunity to win a championship every year that I've been in the league. Coming into the league and training camp, I feel like, that we're going to win a championship, and I'll never stop feeling that way. Otherwise, I'll leave the game alone.
Inside the NBA, brought to you by the new Hyundai Genesis. The barrier to luxury has been officially kicked in.
Hey, check out TNT Overtime on NBA.com and hear from all of our announcers, different content on there. You never know what you might find, but just log on to TNT Overtime at NBA.com. And now a timeout with John Thompson. A superstar since he first stepped onto an NBA court in 1995, Allen Iverson has always been about one thing, and that's winning. With as many individual awards as a player can muster, the answer has been doggedly pursuing the one award that has eluded him, and that's an NBA title. His new Detroit teammate Rasheed Wallace has a championship ring, but the fire to return to the top still burns. John Thompson sat down with AI and Sheed to discuss the past, present, and future and what drives them to succeed.
Iverson has Jordan. The crowd is into it. Allen shakes free. Gets two! Allen with some court open. Goes into action and gets two more.
How much, Allen, does winning a championship mean with all the honors you receive, MVP, All-Star, scoring leader, and now you're in a situation where you're with a team where that's a possibility?
You know, I feel like I had the opportunity to win a championship every year that I've been in the league. Like, coming into the league and training camp, I feel like, that we're going to win a championship, and I'll never stop feeling that way. Otherwise, I'll leave the game alone. But it's all I want, and I'm just willing to do everything that I have to do to accomplish that goal.
Rasheed, did you feel in any way after you guys won that championship that there was a certain amount of contentment, that the guys maybe got a little complacent?
I think it was a little complacency. We made it to the finals 2 years in a row. It was 50-50, won one, lost one, but I would definitely say it was complacency. We thought that we go into other teams' gyms, they were just going to lay down. But the joke was on us in the end because we couldn't get back there. We made it to 6 straight Eastern Conference Finals, and to only get to the championship 2 out of 6, the joke was on us.
LeBron with the stop and stops.
I think that what makes it different is we're focused. And guys, we have a lot more guys on this team who are hungry. The teams before, we've been to the mountaintop, we sipped the juice. But the guys on this team now are hungry. The guys on this team, they want it just as much as the next person or the next team.
How do you see your role with this team?
Just being me. That's what I was traded for, to come in here and be like Allen Iverson. I can't be like Chauncey Billups. Some things he can do that I can't do. And some things I can do that he can't do. The most important thing to me is my teammates, and the way they feel about playing with me. When they're in the foxhole with me and they look to their left or their right, they know they're going to see AI.
They're confident.
On one of those sides, and that's all it's about with me.
You two, years ago when you were much younger, were perceived as being two guys that are tough to get along with, or two guys, whether it's right or wrong.
In our careers when we were younger, we were both perceived as trouble kids or whatever. But if you ask other teams, other GMs or whatever, yeah, we were.
You were. Let's get that right.
But we were always winners.
That's exactly right.
And that's the bottom line. Okay, you don't have to like me. It doesn't matter if you like me or not. But a lot of GMs say, "Oh, Wallace, he's an a-hole. He this and that." But they would love to have me on their team because I'm a winner.
As much as people perceived you when you were younger as being pain in the asses, y'all's teammates always spoke highly of you. How did that conflict come in?
We asked for this, to be in the spotlight and to be under a magnifying glass. We earned all of that, but you're never gonna be perfect. A lot of guys that we play with, they know us for who we are. I can do this interview right now, and I can say one wrong thing, and they'll take the wrong thing that I said, and they'll run with it, and the whole interview will be about one little thing that I said.
We're talking about practice.
We talking about practice. I'm supposed to be the franchise player, and we're in here talking about practice. I mean, listen, we're talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice. And they'll take that like, oh, Allen Iverson don't like practice. No, it won't about Allen Iverson don't like practice. We having a press conference only about one subject when we supposed to be talking about something else.
Does that concern you?